And Ben, I know that your girlfriend came with you, so that's part of the, hey, that would be hard if she stayed. We've asked for the home office to pay her assistants to keep that book tax until we can get somebody in there. We're working on that. So
Yeah,
anyway. Jimmy, how are you? How was your weekend?
It was great.
You did, by the way.
It was yeah, just spending time with my granddaughter. Oh,
yeah, I can't either.
I was just testing the mute does still work, by the way, in case you guys weren't aware of that. Um shoot. It was great. I just spending the last little weekend with my daughter and granddaughter and son-in-law before they head out tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to call it a short day and get up early and then come back in the afternoon and work when they're gone tomorrow. So it's good. I
Very
just
cool.
wish they were a lot closer. My heart is heavy now.
Yeah.
But I'm making up for this time.
Last week I was in Tennessee and, obviously part of that was seeing my daughter and not being able to hang out with her, but also, working at the same. It was Monday night, I headed to Nashville, and I met up with, I think there was 14 of us, and they were agents from Market Free, female agents. So there was like, besides myself, there was 13 of them. And it was just a little retreat that they had, and they asked me to come be the guest speaker at their retreat. And yeah, so it was great, just to hang out with them and really talk about sales ideas and really talk about being a business owner and changing that mindset from, previous, however you came into this business, what that looked like, and it's really a shift. So that's fantastic. We had great discussions and we had fun. And I'm not too much of a downtown Broadway type of person. They call it Nash Vegas, down there. And so, but the other girls had fun. I just kind of hung out. There's a couple of gals that didn't really want to go down there. So, and I did. I was like, you guys go have fun. I'll hold the fort down at the Airbnb. There was a really nice Airbnb too, like 3 blocks from all the action. So it's good. But,
Your daughter lives in Tennessee? I only asked because my girlfriend's from Tennessee. So
oh yeah, my daughter lives in Franklin, the south of Nashville.
yeah, my girlfriend's from a town called Pulaski. It's tiny. I think it's about 2 hours from Nashville, or like an hour and a half south.
Okay.
It's like right on the Alabama border. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she went to
I love
she went to school in Alabama.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. I have heard of that going down there because when I was working out, we lived out in Franklin for 18 months. At the end of 2020, we moved there. And then I went over to Colorado, but I was the field marketing consultant for Market 6 for, I don't know, 7 months or so. So I got to travel all through Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. So that was fun to just experience all the different, and it's totally Southern. Oh my gosh. It is. I'll be honest, the good old boys club is alive and well. So let's just
I bet.
So anyway, super nice people. But I've never felt humidity and heat like that traveling down there in August. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
Oh, I've never been, but I was gonna go because she was in Tennessee for about a month during August because she hadn't seen her family over here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should come out to visit. And they're like, no, don't come August. Don't. They're like, we're really happy that you want to come visit. Don't come out in August.
No, especially down there, like where Franklin is. Okay, yes, it's Nashville. It's humid, but Georgia, you've never felt humidity like you have in Georgia. I went to Olympia, so that's southwest Georgia, just kind of over the Alabama border. And I remember getting there and opening my door. Of course, I've been traveling for 5 hours, opened up my car door and I felt like I was in an oven. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It was horrid. And then I go into the hotel, and I go into my room, and the top of the bed is damp.
Oh,
Right. That's
God.
like, I was like, is this normal? You know, and so the air was on in the room and everything, but it was, yeah.
They didn't have one of those swamp coolers, did they?
I don't know,
Oh,
no,
ooh.
it was like double how,
Oh, geez.
so that was just so, it was impressive, yeah. I guess if you're from there, you're used to it, but yeah, when I was in Tennessee just this last week, it was the humidity was so diminished, which was nice. I love that turn, you know, in September, where you start, it's so warm, but where you start not having the humidity anymore, and it's so nice. Really nice. So, all right, well, let's start out our meeting. So Devin and Nancy will not be here because they're at Peak. So they're in, I think Devin is, in Livingston already, and I think Nancy was going on Sunday as well. So they're both back there right now. I hope I think everything gets started tonight. And I think Devin's actually doing, what is that one session they have about how to be a great speaker? So
Wow.
he's doing that confidence in speaking or something like that. So he's like, hey, they say there's no more room. Is there any strength you should pull to get me in that session? And I was like, what does he want me to do? And we were able to get him in. So he's doing that. But I hope they have amazing time. He is definitely one of those things, those experiences, because it's not just like new agents. It is, you know, they have a certain, they bring back a certain number of ones that are between three years and under. And then they have ones that have been there for 25 years that want to go, you know, that haven't been to the home office for a long time and all that. So it's a good mix, really good mix of people. So, all right, let's start out with our Maxwell Daily Reader. All right, so let me get to, what's the day, the 22nd. September 22nd. How appropriate when you partner with others. All right. So that's today's theme. So Thomas Jefferson observed, a candle loses nothing when it lights another candle. That is the real nature of partnership. I find that many people don't think that way. They believe that sharing means losing something, but I don't think that's true. Every person possesses one of two mindsets, scarcity or abundance. People with scarcity mindset believe there's only so much to go around, so you have to scrap for everything, and you have to protect whatever you have at all costs. People with an abundance mindset, there's always enough to go around. If you have an idea, share it. You can always come up with another one. If you have money, give some of it away. You can always make more. If you only have one piece of pie, let someone else eat it. You can bake another one. I believe in this area, you get from life what you expect. You can hoard what little you have and receive no more, or you can give what you have and you will be rewarded with abundance. Your attitude makes the difference. So if you partner with another person and give generously, one way or another, you're going to get it back more than you gave. That is from the book Winning with People. Consider how your mindset of either scarcity or abundance is impacting your.
I like
What do
that.
you guys think? What's a good one today?
It's really good. Naturally,
It's a very. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You go first.
I was just gonna say, I feel like it's really appropriate, especially in our business and how our team culture is. I think both of you are very giving when it comes to helping other people. And I feel like our team is also very helpful with, you know, what you two have experienced just starting out. And that's what I love about people on our team, is that I feel like most of them do have the abundance mindset. And I think there's certain conversations that I've had, but just in coaching sessions, where it's, hey, you know what, there is enough to go around for everyone. You know, and I think those are mainly like with the bed agents, when they see new people coming on, they're like, oh, wait a minute, we don't need more people here. You've got enough, you know. And I'm like, yeah, there's a ton of people moving to bed. So we only have like between 4 and 5% market share. So there's a ton out there. There's enough for everyone. So anyway, what were we gonna say?
Well, I actually did. I reached out to Jeremy's dad. We're gonna double team Jeremy. No, I'm kidding. I asked him, if he could send because every time when I'm doing a review, I'm asking, how do you have your life insurance? How's your retirement plan? So based on the person and then the personalities, I want to set them accordingly with like one with Fabian, one with your. So I asked Andy if he could send me a blurb about like an email as a natural intro so I could kind of like, hey, here's an introduction. I just did a car. Here's Andy, my business partner, whatever he says in his terms. So I just copy it and paste it into a draft for retirement planning as another option to lead in with another person as a lead. But having the agents tell me exactly what to say, because then I can, based on their personality, who's it's going to fit with them.
I mean, did you refer back to our, financial advisor spotlight that we did on Andy?
No, I have not.
There's a lot of stuff in there about how, so he was our August. And then we had Hank. This is just for September. And then next month is gonna be Allison Brock. So Jeremy, not Jeremy, Andy, I was looking at Jeremy. Andy wrote out a whole like that. So search back in your email for the financial advisor spotlight that I sent out for August. And that was on Andy.
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff. I'm trying to recall everything. Yeah.
Why we do it. So, in fact, I would advise to keep a folder that says financial advisor spotlights. So those are the things that we ask them to like really lay out, like who's the best client? What clients do you enjoy working with? What is your background? What are your strengths? How will somebody approach? What would be your advice on an approach to introduce you, from a referral agent? So those are the things. That's why I do it. So you guys can refer back to it and kind of see what type of clients would work best with. I think the last one with Hank. Hank is like, hey, I'll do anything. Give me your smallest ones. Or Al the Brock next month will be like, hey, I don't take anything under 250,000.
Right.
So it's just those are the things that so you need to know what your resources are. If you have somebody that is like, give me like, yeah, how do I start a retirement plan? I don't have a 401k at work. How do I do that? Who can you hook me up with? I'd be like, may hook you up with Hank. I know they're not in Bend, but or find somebody in Bend that would take those smaller amounts.
Right.
Startups. It's a lot of paperwork, and the application to Dash App is for, and let me start, putting in $200 a month. Which everyone has to start somewhere, but Hank's like, no, I'll do that. So
It's my dad's told me before, like the way he'll do it when he's doing his cars or how because I've said I'll try to refer as much to him as I can. But he's like his opener to that is after they do like all their regular car stuff is like, and so do you have a money guy? And like that phrase, like, do you have a money guy? You're like, what? And it's like, retirement, 401k, investments, that kind of thing. Do you have somebody who manages that for you? And they'll be like, oh yeah, we've been going to the same guy for 20 years. We love him. We're not doing anything. It's like, okay, perfect. But if we're like, well, I've got something with like, I've got a Fidelity account, but I haven't looked into it that much. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, let me give you this business card, give him a call, that kind of thing. And you just want to make sure that there's because you did the setup for the referral agent thing, right, Jimmy?
Yes. Do you have, sorry, quick question on that. You only have to do that once. You don't have to do that every time to refer another agent, right?
Yeah, no, you just got to make sure when you go into their folder and navigator that you have there's a button you got to click. I have to look through it to remember, but
The
there's like
referral
something
rep.
down in the household, yeah, and you're like saying you're referring them to somebody, and I think it's good for 6 months. So if that
Oh,
person then
okay.
goes and talks to the referral agent you sent them to within 6 months, then you get the referral spiff.
Gotcha. Okay. I know we were talking about that, Christine, too. Like, I thought it was a rep, but I wasn't sure how it worked. Never did that. Because I sent one to Fabian.
my advice is, which helps keep you in communication with a financial advisor and your client, is make that referral as close to when they meet with the client as possible. All right, because if you do it and they don't make contact for 3 months, and then the first appointment is scheduled in a month. Oh, sorry, I can't make it. We reschedule. And then you're running out of daylight. as far as that referral goes. So just make sure it's just experience from before, where they're like, oh no, you can't do that, you can't make another referral, they didn't meet within, this was back when it first came out, they were so strict. We're like, let's get behind, like, the essence of the referral is to help promote business, not be so restrictive on the referral agent,
Right.
So that is my emphasis on the best practice when it comes to a referral is making sure that you're in communication with a financial advisor on appointments and saying, all right, keep me updated on the appointment because I'm going to make the referral. If I know you're meeting with them on Wednesday, I'm going to make the referral for the first week just to make sure that it's connected. So
one of the
it's
things,
there's something that they have to fill out too, is they meet the client. It's like some sort of back binder. I can't remember what it is, but that's what triggers the bonus.
one of the things that I found out with Fabian, he let me know, but he's all, yeah, the guy hasn't responded back, called, message, and text. And I was like, oh, well, is there anything that I should do on my end to reach out with him? Because I did his car, and he said he was interested in it. But then I was like, okay, I'll follow up and say, hey, did Fabian reach out to you? Or even though I know Fabian did reach out to him, what would you recommend on that?
So Jimmy, I guess that's like your Fabian, I would ask Fabian, all right, can you, like, what has been your follow-up process so far? How many times did you call him? Did you email him? And then just come in and support that, say, hey, I know Fabian's been trying to reach out to you, just wanted to make sure, is there anything that I can do to support this
Gotcha.
connection
Okay.
between you two? I know it was important to you when we talked, that's
Right.
the referral. So,
Okay.
yeah. But other than that,
Would you say you were broken up?
I said, other than that, there's really nothing more you can do.
Okay. Gotcha.
As the agent. So. Just keep in touch and encourage. If they keep saying, oh yeah, I do want to do that. All right, well, if both of us or one of us is going to follow up with you and, just be that little rock in your shoe. So there you go. Take boom. All right, well, share some good news with me for this week. Or last week.
I found out that I swear I don't know what my ghost in the machine is. I think I finally got it figured out, but I was having some issue with Navigator where nothing I was sending to underwriting was going through, and I was under the impression it was just stuck in underwriting, but it was taking days, and I'm like, this is weird. I got it figured out. It's figured out now, but I had a couple apps that took like home apps that took like a week to get approved because there was technical difficulties.
Good grief.
But it's a success story because I got a bunch of these people signed up last week, and tomorrow I'm meeting somebody at their house to get signed up on that. So I had like one of the big ones was I had a 3/5 household that I finally got signed up after a lot of working around that. And then he had actually already turned it to a referral for me before I even had him signed up, got his neighbor over too. So it's been a lot of like, even though I've been fighting through technical difficulties on this crazy nets, I'm like, hey, but like I'm checking in on it every day. I'm seeing it still just sitting there. But I think by keeping in touch with these folks has gone a long way for that kind of stuff, and just being actually here and willing to drive out to their house and doing all this other stuff, because so many folks in my area are having I've been with farmers for 30 years and now they're non-renewing me. And I'm like, yeah, that really sucks, because they're like, I've been paying 30 years of home insurance premiums, never made a claim, and then they're just being like, bye. So.
Which is, that's what insurance companies do. Like, that is,
which is actually true. It's a very good way to transition that conversation for me. So like, I don't know, Jimmy, if you ever get anybody who's coming in because they're having home insurance issues or anything like that, getting non-renewed or whatever, just with home insurance prices being high, the way I discuss that with clients, and like the country comes in kind of high sometimes, is it works really well for me out here in Sisters, but I think it would still work even in Bend, is that a lot of companies are starting to pull out of the area due to the wildfire risk because they haven't charged wildfire related premiums. And because country's been charging wildfire premiums for the last 4 to 5 years, we actually have the reserve built up that we're confident we can stay in the area. A lot of these companies are dipping out because they haven't been charging the proper premiums. They don't have the reserves. They're worried that it'll bankrupt their Oregon branch if some crazy fire comes through, especially farmers with crazy overexposed here in Sisters. So like when I'm presenting a quote that's twice as much or 3 times as much as they were paying last year for home insurance, I can actually use that as a, hey, but this is how you can have confidence that we're staying here and we're committed to staying here, you know?
That's awesome. That's huge. Thank
So,
you.
yeah. So if you're getting anybody complaining about the prices, you can say, look, I get the prices are high, but the prices are the reason why you can be extremely confident that you'll have me for the next 10 years plus, you know?
Right.
Here's the other thing, Jimmy, and I know I was just there yesterday, so I know it's still there, is, sorry, my throat. There's a sandwich board in the trash room in, there, and either one of you that wants that,
I
and, oh, you do, okay. So Jimmy, like, take that sandwich board and put, like, just what, the Andy puts on his bill, like his sign on Highway 97. Is your home insurance canceling for wildfire or something like that? Are you having trouble getting home insurance? Whatever phrase you want to put on there, it's better than a billboard. All right. So you're actually on, what is that, Greenwood
Yes.
Avenue? I mean, whatever that is, that's cars flowing constantly
that's
right
my
by your office.
I drive by that office. And lots of people do. Yeah.
Yeah. So put a sandwich board out there and say, come see me, or is your home insurance canceling?
I know I got in trouble with the city on that a couple of times from the martial arts side. There's like sandwich board police in Bend, but if I do it before hours or after hours, then I can at least not during the normal business hours, but after 5 o'clock when I'm here, actually that is a good idea.
Then you can't put that out.
It is so funny. I mean, when I was doing that at schools or any events, even in industrial areas, they're like, no, you can't have that. I mean, there's a guy that just literally drives around, and I don't know if they got more laxy-daisy, but yeah, the ordinance on there because it is a great spot on here, and that's why I tell everybody, oh, I'm right here. I ran into two people, and he's already insured with Eric. I was like, gosh darn it. Like it was golden because he had like 4 houses, about 12 cars, and he takes care of all his business and all this stuff. And he was like, I'll switch with you. I was like, no, 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 stay with Eric. Like I was but he's also price shopping. So I'm going to reach out to Eric and say, hey, Eric, he was price shopping. I've known him for decades and he's got,
You
he-
should.
He's
Yeah.
he's a
Should
very
let him
good client of yours, so I don't want you to lose him. I don't want him to go anywhere else.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, and Jimmy, so it's just an idea, like, think about how can you, like, what would you put out there? What would work as far as getting something, out there? I don't know.
Sorry, my phone just started playing audio. I don't know why. Apologies.
Siri, we said something, figured it. So now because I said that. My Siri, how ridiculous.
I think how freaky that is. So I have mine turned off. I don't like Siri just randomly flipping on.
So Jimmy, think, I don't know, think about, is there anything that you could do to take advantage of all that traffic, in front of your office? That would be legal.
Yeah,
They would let you.
well, definitely
Anyway.
walking across the street is very much a hazard. I did that a couple of times because I was trying to. People don't even pay attention. I'm like, wow, like the pedestrians do not have the right of way anymore. But I met a person for back porch coffee. I mean, that's the biggest thing is it's so close to everything that I can walk here. You want to have lunch? Well, there's multiple places, or you want to come into the office, and it's a lot. Now I'm getting to reach out a lot more and say, yeah, where can we meet? And just servicing the people with the annual reviews and then getting out of this office and going out to businesses and people. I need to do that a lot more than what I have been.
The killer location.
Very good. All right. So good news, great, Jeremy. You were just talking about your production, on the PIP so much today. So just as a district, last month we ended plus 329. All right, so we're fine, finally I'm glad to see a plus in front of that than a negative. I mean, it's been negative as a team. So I bring up the month today just now. We're plus 977. Ooh. I'm like, what in the world is happening? We're plus 400 month to date. So that's part of it. So what it is it's the plus 3 whatever it was. Well, and then there's a negative 183 rolling off. So that is a positive, right? And then it's plus the 400. So I mean, if I look, let's see where you all are in. Me.
I'm 2 pit VIP away from jumping up a bracket, so I'm like, yeah, I've got a couple, which I'll get this week because tomorrow I'm going to sign up somebody with their house and their 2 cars. So, do you know if storage vehicles count as a VIP? Like if they have a comprehensive only no liability coverage, does that count as a VIP?
I believe so. No, I don't know.
Yeah, because they've got their 1 car on full coverage, and then they've got their truck and their trailer on storage because they only use it like 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay. I'm not positive on that one. You'd have to look that up. That would be in the sales compensation SharePoint, and there's a go to resources, and then there's a whole sheet on everything that counts or does not count. I don't know if it'll get that detailed in that, but
cool. Yeah, I'll check that out.
All right, Jimmy, you're at +1 for the month.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm plugging away. Yes.
All right. I don't, for some reason in your book, you don't have a whole lot of conversions happening in the month of September.
I think, yeah.
Support that.
Yeah, this was, I mean, there was a lot of learning and just getting out of my own way and trying to feel confident. Well, I just need to just focus on going out and talking to people and getting in here and just on that side because I get stuck in the servicing side and then it takes hours and I'm like, no, I need to start getting out more. And after, especially my daughter leaves tomorrow, then it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna have like probably, and I mean, I have a lot of people, but it's just like I need their information. I was like, I can't do this without your basic, like when I spoke with Jeremy, like I need your vitals on this stuff. Here's basic information, which is huge. And I did that and it did work, but then like, I don't want to give you this. I was like, well, then I can't quote you. Like I was like, I don't know why people are so uh, like, I guess resistance on giving information. Like, and then, I have the canopy. I'm like, man, seems like that was good for a little bit, but then it's just like the older generation don't want to use it. And some of the newer generation don't want to use it because they don't want the third party. I was like, man, we're being tracked by your phone anywhere and everything. But I just plug away. I was like, okay, you can do it old school. Just send me your deck page and that's easy. And so many people are on the fence and like, I'm like, hey, we got to get this done sooner than later because
Well, I know that you have a good follow-up process with me, so it's just, and you know how to talk to people. So
Yeah.
it's just being persistent with that. One thing that I see on yours, I'm gonna share my desktop with you. Jeremy, do you mind if I'm in your grid that Jimmy sees
Oh.
that?
Go for it, yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
All right, so number one, congratulations. I mean, that's awesome. Plus,
Thank you.
plus 35, right? So you're like, it's two. You're two away from moving to 110. But so I want you to make sure at the end, even just now, well, I think you can't put anything in for that yet, but this -4, that's always alarming. It's not alarming, right? It brings up, hey, let's make sure that's legit. On any personally produced that you have done, why are you getting some negatives on the term side? So we can go down here and just look for the month. So
Yeah,
kill it.
I know at least two of them are like that bottom one for Compton, and it's just because they don't have
Yes.
those vehicles, they should have been taken off ages ago. So since it already converted, that one counted against me. And then I think
Well,
one
because you got the positive.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
And then one of them, same kind of thing. They sold their Highlander, so that one got removed. And I'm trying to find the fourth negative.
That's the home. So this is the Highlander, right? So it's
Yeah,
hard
And then
forehead.
and then the Moorhead one.
The home.
So that one's actually that's the opposite of my success story for last week. I had this realtor guy that I busted my butt to get this quote through as fast as I could because he's like, I need insurance to close. I did a bunch of quotes for him like earlier at the start of August. We started the process, and then he got sick and then was away. So it was like 3 weeks later, and he's all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, I know this is last minute, but I need insurance to close." And I was like, "Okay, let's get it going. Let's get it all started up." It was a big complicated thing with the SARP and like horse exposure and all this kind of stuff. And he was like, "Okay, but and we got it signed up." He's like, "Okay, I'm running out the door to go to the title office," because he's the realtor for his own house.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna run out the door to go to the title office." And he's like, "Let's get the auto signed up later this week. Give me a call because I don't have time. I need to get this closed." And I'm like, "Totally makes sense." And then I'm bugging him for a week on the auto. Don't hear back from him. Finally hear back from him this week, and he's like, I had to take it elsewhere. I got something better." And he's like, "I feel awful about it, but I just had to do what makes sense." He's like, "I'm gonna refer everything I can over to you." I was, oh, that one hurt a little bit, but
Okay, fine. So all the negatives are legit,
hello,
right? Oh, you heard me?
hello. Can you hear me? Yeah, sorry, what did you say? Cut out.
Yes. I hate that. I hate Teams for that reason.
I think it's my Wi-Fi.
So there-
It's really what it is.
No,
It's-
it doesn't do it to me here. Like, you guys don't freeze when I'm at home, right? So I'm working from home now. But when I'm in the men's office, my Wi-Fi freezes. When you're there, it freezes. Jimmy's office, it freezes. And
If
it
I'm
is
hard-
Wi-Fi.
If I'm hardlined, it's fine. I don't have an
No,
Ethernet cable
shouldn't have
long
to do
enough.
that.
It's janky as it runs across my
Shouldn't
office.
just-
Yeah, yeah.
So the negatives are legit. I just wanted to make sure that was, especially with all the conversions and everything. We just want to make sure we keep it on top of that. So yeah, me too. Me too. And then you get another 0.5%. So. Great job. But Jimmy, you're going up the ladder.
Yeah,
You're doing it.
it is. I mean, that's cool. I'm excited for you, Jeremy. Good job, man. And yeah, I mean, I'll get there. I mean, I know it's pressing and all this, but there's this whole insurance thing is just so freaking overwhelming and frustrating because it's not like there's 8-hour days, but it is what it is.
On the topic of like writing business, Jimmy and I were bouncing this around a little bit of trying to figure out like a place to go table an event. Like something like that, set up a booth somewhere. And I know we missed Bend Fall Festival by about 2 weeks when we were talking, because we were talking about this last week and we looked it up. And I think the registration closed in like 2 weeks before we did it, but things like Winterfest, I know there's the Sportsman Show. I just wanted to check in because I've sat on these as an assistant, like back when I was the agency office assistant, and working for like the employee agents and stuff like that. Like I'd sit there and do it, but I've never actually seen what goes into the back end setup to do that. I didn't, because I assume that's something where like marketing money can go towards it. I didn't know, and I know in the past, it would usually be kind of a big thing that a lot of the agents in the district would get together on, either sending an assistant or something like that, and the agency provided like usually like a raffle prize, like a big cooler or like a mini Traeger or a TV or something like that. And I didn't know if that's something that was still on the table. Like if I wanted to do that, if I'd have to spearhead that project, I just kind of wanted to see what this step, because I know back when I was doing it, when I was working for Merrill, I think she spearheaded one of them. So I didn't know if that starts at like your level, Christine, or if that starts at my level, and then I got to get everybody on board. But I'm interested in doing those sorts of things. I just don't really know the steps of the process to start, if that makes sense.
So everything now, Jeremy, is all on you. It's all on the agent. All right, so if you have, and it's really everything that you do before that we used to do, that we would love to have back, is no longer there, like completely, no agency choice, nothing like that. So it's there's this cavern, I call it. It's like a huge gap between strategic marketing and what the company's doing on that end. Like just for instance, the whole University of Oregon, the football games, and the opportunity for next Saturday to do a watch party, take some COIs up. There's not a live game, but it will be on the big screen. And then we have food, we have all sorts of stuff set up there. So it's like the feel of hanging out watching the game at the stadium. So that's one of those things where that was all part of the package that they spent tens of thousands of dollars to sponsor, the Oregon Ducks. All right, so that's part of it. So all of their money is going towards, I don't know how about you guys, but I've seen more Country Financial commercials lately than I ever have in the past. So it's more of that on the advertising side is where that strategic marketing dollars and big sponsorships that we can participate in. Just like what I sent out yesterday, the relay. That opportunity, because we were a huge sponsor of the Hood to Coast run. We were one of the title sponsors for it. So they have all these these little races that are kind of, hooked on to that. And so there's an opportunity on October 4th to set up a table, where the relay is going right through, or where you're going to have people that are watching or whatever. I'm assuming all that, like, I don't know the details, but if anyone is interested, it's completely free to you. Like, all you have to do is bring a table and have a tablecloth and all that. So, and then you can set up your stuff and talk to people. And so you have to pay for, you don't even have to pay for that as part of our sponsorship. So there's an opportunity there.
There's some stuff left over here from Linda that I assume is kind of out of date with specific branding guidelines, but still fits country and stuff on it. Do you think that's something where I could just starting out kind of skirt by?
Like, yeah, no one's gonna see it. No one's gonna, but we also have, like, if you wanted a whole setup with a tent and all of that, that it is branded, there is one at the Bend office that Fabian, that Fabian was like, I'm taking this, so it's there. But if you don't have one, Jeremy, then reach out to him and say, hey, can I use it? For this. And I don't know if Fabian already has one and he's just grabbing an extra, but I would ask him and say, hey, do you already have one? And if you do, can I have this one? But it's the whole tent is like, if you walk in and you go to the right, and then as you start walking down that hall, it's on that wall, and it's
probably the one, unless they've got the new one since, it's probably the one that I've personally taken up and set down, like put together a couple of times.
It's in a box. It's in a.
One that we kept in a cardboard box, but it had been opened.
No,
so I don't know.
This one seems like it's a newer box that has, because I was like, what is this? No one's opened this, and so I don't think it's been opened.
Okay.
But, yeah, communicate with Fabian on that. I know, it was there yesterday, that's all I know.
So,
Uh,
I guess, and I'm looking through your race email that you forwarded, because I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. And so there is still the 50% co-op for us purchasing swag as giveaways.
Yep.
But we still,
Yes.
okay.
And that's where, so here's a hint, right? If you have some money that you designated to purchase swag, hook it on, I don't care if you're gonna use it for this or not. Like hook it onto that, so you can buy some polos at the country store, you can, whatever for your everyday wear. Like that's what you do, is when you have an opportunity to hook something onto a marketing event and you get to use your co-op dollars for it. I mean, 50% off. It's
Yeah.
fantastic, yeah.
Because I'll be honest, if I had 5 country polos, I'd probably wear 5 country polos a week. So yeah.
Did you have a gray one? Did you get like the one?
I did the heather gray one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You take it, that's my one. So, very good, all right. Well, those are the things that, it's completely on you guys. Using your co-op dollars, getting it approved ahead, always get it approved ahead of time. Verify with Haley Stevenfield, hey, what can I do with this? When you are a vendor event, like I've never seen them say no to anything, a COI, a drawing, just make sure it's within our Oregon guidelines of what we can give away, things like that, so.
And I know there was kind of a way, at least that it used to seem to happen, because the raffles were, like no purchase, no quote necessary, like you just had to put a name and a phone
Yes.
number down, you
Yes.
could say, don't contact me unless I win. You could have something
Yes.
that's pretty high value.
Yeah.
Because of
Yeah.
that, I think, is how it worked, but it was just a good way to draw people over, but.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good.
so.
Well, cool. Jimmy, any
Yes.
fair good news with you for
Um,
last week?
yeah, I had a trying to convert a person from Safeco over here to back to country. So just waiting for her to pull the trigger. Yeah, that's the frustrating part that I'm encountering is so many people are dragging their feet, but they're Johnny on the spot to get all this. And I'm like, hey, let me know. And I'm being more direct, even with a friend and even without like people that I know. Yep, hey, this is how it's gonna work. And I guess it's just takes time and it's a numbers game. But yeah, it's encouraging, Jeremy, to see your numbers and discouraging to hear they only have one. I'm like, what the? I mean, I'm pissed, like, because I could see if I wasn't doing this stuff, but I don't like this type of this business where I'm busting my ass and it's just not, it's just,
The ups and downs, because I think I didn't have hardly anything personally produced for August, so I've been.
yeah,
This month's been good, but August wasn't great, so I feel that.
gotcha.
I mean, we didn't mean to piss you off on a Monday morning.
No, I mean it is. It's just I mean, no, it's just like when you're putting in the effort and it's like, yeah, what else? Oh, hello. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened to my screen.
Usually it's like 4 seconds,
Uh,
that comes back.
but yeah, I'm just yeah.
It'll come, Jimmy, it'll come. Here's the thing, all you can control is your effort, right?
Right.
Effort, making sure, in our coaching session, I mean, if you want some extra time, like, let's kind of lay out, okay, what is your activity, like, what are you doing? And make sure that it's all pointing to, quoting opportunities and things like that, but just what you said, though, this may be a tail end of showing the results of being stuck too much of the service from 2 to 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like there's a tail on these conversations that happen with clients and around, and then we still competition made that shift. So but it's difficult to, but you got an ideal trait, you got an ad going, that's
Yeah.
good news.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that is, yep, put that out and I guess I gotta tweet it. Thank you for looking at that too. I thought it was all squared away, but it says Fabian. I didn't realize that, and I don't know how to go about.
Bottom.
I'll, man, I'll go back and edit that in there. That's probably why I didn't have no applies yet, but
That's one of the things that I'm not sure if we can adjust, and so this was part of it, is basically so that we didn't, and even the lady doing our training back when we did the ideal traits, like, she taught us how to use it. She was basically like, please quit telling me you guys are separate agencies, or I'm going to have to say that you have to get your own ideal traits account. And I think part of the way we all jumped on is like satellite offices of the Fabian Clark agency is how we got that to go through. So I'll take a peek on my login, but I'm not sure if that's something we can change. And it's just something you'd have to explain to anybody who actually applies. It's just, yeah, we're related to the Fabian Clark office, but you wouldn't really have any interaction with him. He's just another country agent, and we're using the same job application software. And it's just kind of like that. And just
okay.
I just say it like that, just kind of
Yeah, you're talking to me now, you're talking to me, you're talking to the most
exactly.
important person,
Exactly.
so, very good. All right, well, I know that I've been lax in the past couple weeks that we've met on kind of doing the round table of activity. So let's just talk about marketing and networking activity coming up. Like what do you guys, I know you just mentioned, hey, let's partner together and do a table. Let's just get some activity, some exposure, some opportunity. And so I love that. Anything else that you guys are individually planned on the marketing side?
Business meet and greets is my big plan one. Just
Great.
saying hi, popping in card, and I've got some chocolate chip cookies from Costco. I'll probably just put together like
good.
a little bag. And,
They have these when I was an agent, they have these really cool, and I'm sure you get them on Amazon, cookie bags. And you could, they're like sleeves, right? And they're square and they're paper. And I got emerald green for country colors. And then I forget how many I could shove because they're cookies, but placed in there. And then it had a little plastic window so they could see like in the bag, so they could see it was from their cookie. And then it had like those little twisty where you kind of hooked the little twisty around. But those are great.
Top bag.
Yeah, and then yes, exactly. And then what I did was I had a sticker that I put on there that was like it was like my business card, but it was a sticker.
Oh,
So I put that on there. And then I would do my pop-ins. I would do my drive-bys and just pop in and, leave those.
looks like, I'm not sure if it's still stapled to it, but there's an auto glass provider, Cascade Auto Glass, and Sherry is the lady. She's been doing it for years. I know her from when I worked at my dad's office, but she drops these little gunk things like car cleaner, like you're supposed to be able to like stick it in an air vent and get the dust out and kind of stuff. But her cards are stapled to the top where it comes off. Yeah. It's like also Cascade Auto Glass. This is just good to know. They're really cool if you still have and let your clients know to say, hey, Sherry told me to check in on this. But if they have $100 comp deductibles, Cascade's cool, and they'll usually give you a coupon if they don't have safety glass. So if they have $100 comp and safety glass, just say, hey, yeah, if you go to Cascade, just let them know you're a country client, and you talk to Sherry, and see if they can hook you up with a $100 coupon. And so that's a way to usually get effectively out of the safety glass.
I'm gonna grab this real quick.
Okay. No, that's a great idea. We were just talking about that yesterday as we were driving our Pathfinder that has a big, round, that looks like it would be able to be repaired. It hasn't spidered out at all.
It's quarter size is kind of, if it gets bigger than a quarter size is when you need to start doing a full replace. But if you're gonna get that repaired, I probably want to get on it quick, or the thermocycle from how cold it's getting, it'll turn into a crack pretty quick. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, cause that's what'll really do it more than anything is hot, cold will turn that from a chip into a crack.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna.
That I know from the dealership.
Yeah, I'm going to an event tomorrow, so I might call them today, see if I
Yeah,
can just run it by, so they.
I'm a big fan of Gasket Out. They replaced the
Okay.
window on my
Yeah.
Subi, when I needed it. It was super
Great.
like in and out.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, great job. Are you, how are you feeling with your assistant situation? Did you and your dad get that all worked out with?
We've touched on it. We haven't had a chance to sit down and have like the official conversation, but it's like something that's on the docket. But yeah, like gonna work on using that as a stopgap kind of thing until I can actually get somebody permanently here.
Yeah,
That's the
okay.
goal, is obviously have my own permanent person. But this is, it's a nice, cushion.
And that's, so I don't know if I told you, Jeremy, but I did tell Jimmy that agent agreement, this is just for both, if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, but, that agent agreement really is for the district leader to have speed that they want to get rid of somebody. Like, that's really how I'm presenting it now, especially to you guys that are, hey, oh my gosh, okay, we are in September, and by the end of really November, right, she started in June. So June, July, August, September, October, November, you should have a full-time, staff person helping with service, what, licensed, not, well, yeah, they have to be licensed for 12 months, but, the company's not gonna do that, all right, they're just not, and that's where I kind of got word that they've never really pulled the trigger on taking people's positions away, but it says the agreement, right? But it gives the district leaders a seat, to say, hey, you haven't hired anybody, they're gonna start taking your commission away, or I think it's changed now where they're gonna start taking book away. That was assigned out, because it's really, we gave book and now we have these stipulations. And so, well, if you're not adhering to them, we're gonna take book away. And it's really, it helps the district leader have some teeth to get rid of people that they don't want because it's not working out much sooner than later. So that's not, I'm saying that knowing it's neither one of you, I'm not gonna do that, So, but also it helps, hopefully you feel a little bit of relief with that, where you're like, good, now they will check that month 12. They'll ask for proof that you have employee. So. I'll make sure it's still like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, we're right at 10 o'clock, so thank you guys for being on. Hopefully you walk away with a little bit of encouragement to